You know what, before I go on, let's try something here. I just drilled a couple little holes in this piece of wood right here. So what I'm going to do is, I got this little bit of two-part JB weld epoxy. I mean, it's nothing like, you know, the gallon stuff that I'm waiting to come in, but here's some here. So let's just see how this colored crap works. I know how the glow-in-the-dark works because I've used it before. But, whew, that shit stinks. Now this is kind of on the old side, but it should do something. So I'm going to sprinkle some in there. And you want to make sure that when you do this, you use a clear epoxy, something that specifies that it's clear. There's the name. Where? Right there. Okay. Ultra Green V10 Glow Ink. That's where I bought it. That's where I bought it. That takes care of that one. Let's open one of these up just for the hell of it to see what this stuff does. Now let's use one that I'm normally not going to use. Like, I probably will never use purple. Or that purple anyway. Or that one. Well, we'll try that. No, let's try this one. Okay. Give us an idea how it works. I might as well put this in here with that. And open this up. This comes in a little Ziploc bag. And within the bag there's a pouch. And now we'll find out if it's liquid or not. I don't think it is. But it might be. I don't know. And I'm thinking that it'll work in this epoxy as well. That is, it's not a liquid. It's a powder. Okay, a very fine powder. So let me see if I can get some of that to sprinkle in here. Come on, there we go. Okay. I gotta watch what I do because I haven't got my shop clothes on today. So it is a powder, by the way. And for now, I'm gonna put it back in the old Ziploc so it doesn't bust open and get all over everything. I don't think the air is going to have much to do with it. However, I do want to get it mixed before the epoxy starts to dry up on me. So let's put that in there. Okay, so this is the glow-in-the-dark stuff. This is stuff that I've had. I've done this actually on repairing some of my night sights on a couple of my old guns that I use for when I'm giving classes, because sometimes the sights get, well, the guns will get dropped or hit or banged, and actually, you know, the little glow-in-the-dark crap falls out of the night sight. So let that sit. Now let's mix up the purple from the eye candy place. Well, it actually doesn't mix up the color that it shows with the powder. Can you see what I'm talking about? The powder looks purple, but as I'm mixing it with the epoxy, it seems to be changing into more of a blue. Now normally I would put this into like a syringe, you know, something that you would give medication to a baby with, or to a pet or something like that, so I wouldn't have to be brushing it on there. I'd put it in and let it flow. But I'm just going to kind of just put it on here and see, and maybe sand it off later and see what I end up with. Because I want to make sure that it's covered, if you know what I mean. I don't want to just have it there. I want to make sure that it actually fills in. So when I sand it off, it'll still be in the hole of the wood. So I want to make sure it's going in. Now, like I say, normally I would use a syringe. We got a box of them that we bought because, you know, sometimes you got to give the boys some medication and you got to measure it out and give them a liquid, and it's a lot easier if you have syringes to do it with. So, okay. Alright, so that's that. So now let me take this and just kind of scrape it off there. And that. I don't know what the hell to do with this, but you know what? I'm just going to leave it over here and throw it away. That's all I'm going to do. Alright, so now we'll know how it's going to work. I don't want to touch that with anything other than a rag, because I'll touch myself with it. And that I don't feel like. So I'm just going to kind of like let this sit, and we'll check it tomorrow. I'm trying to make sure that it soaks in or fills in to the holes. Alright, so you know what? We're going to let that sit. Tomorrow, when I come out here to play around, we'll check it out. But for now, that's where we're at. And again, I just used this epoxy for now. But I will be getting, I'm waiting actually for it to come in. So we'll see what happens. And take it from there. So that's where we're at.